Well, what they've done in Florida is they've funneled a lot of it through these nonprofit, public-private agencies, and then they've managed, it's a shell game, and then you hide it and you disguise it and pass it out.
So, once again, welcome back. We look forward to a very prosperous year, and ladies and gentlemen, just want to let you know that Deborah and I, we're big believers of the Sunshine Law in the state of Florida, and
you're at it again.
We have an organization that
we actually have two, but we'll start with one.
Here's the thing, and I don't want to be a celebrity, but I think my name has been in the newspaper enough.
I think it's mud by now.
It may be mud, but the bottom line is you're going to open your books and you're going to open your records.
They follow the law.
And the Emerald Coast Utility Authority.
Now, you've asked them something that I think a lot of people would love to know.
Right. And the reason I asked them, folks, is because we've watched, and we try to do stuff for Santa Rosa County, but we have a lot of our friends and neighbors that are getting hit by this. I think it was probably a good thing that they moved the sewer. I'm not against that, but there's been $360 million that changed hands and all of that. There's been some bonding issues out there, and then recently we have in the media where it's a $6 million building with private bathrooms and special facilities and all this kind of stuff. So I simply, I did my thing. I sent them a request for the salaries of everyone who worked there.
Yeah, titles and salaries. You did this several months ago.
Right, and folks, let me define it. I think I've said it before, but our state attorney's office of District 1 says that 10 days, the law says at a request of public information, that it should be fulfilled in a reasonable period of time. The state attorney of the 1st District has determined that a reasonable period of time is 10 business days. Which I think that's reasonable. That's, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've never invoked or I've never put the hammer down on that. I have reminded folks what reasonable is. But I made the original request 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I made my request to the chairman of the ECUA, who should have been able to clearly understand and recognize
in 5 seconds
that it was a public records request and to give it to the proper person.
Yeah.
Didn't get a response from him. Waited about a month. Sent it back to him again, at which time I did put the hammer down, and I said, reasonable, here's reasonable, 10 days. And when I sent it that time, it got some attention. But folks, one of the things that we find over and over, and it used to bother me when Cindy Anderson, Team Santa Rosa, used to do it to me. I would get a little mad about it. But now that I fully understand what government entities will do to you is they will send you something you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
They will say, well, I could get you that information. But it may cost $700 or $800.
Yeah, Team Santa Rosa tried that originally.
I asked. Now think about how funny this is, Deborah. I asked for a salary list. I actually requested that there not be names on there. I just wanted the job titles and the commensurate salary.
Right.
I'm doing my part not to take advantage of people's personal information.
Right.
But job classification and salary. You know that they have it.
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, they have to give a paycheck to each one of those people. I'm certain that they have a list of who works for them.
I would think they would have it at their fingertips at an easily compilable report software.
Yeah, well, it's and my co-partner here, she picked up the Louisville Slugger this morning and sent the official email.
Well, they sent it to you. They sent you something in a format that is a software.
Yeah, I couldn't open it
It's
up.
Cognos software that nobody uses, but the government can afford to buy this extremely. So nobody has it, and they know this.
Yeah,
I'm sure they know this.
But yeah, and this is gone. Well, Mr. Cooey, it's going to cost X amount to do it, and I said, well, I really don't think it should cost anything. All you need to do is hit the print button, and well, Mr. Cooey, well, let me. Well, you know that's a human resources issue, and well, Mr. Cooey, I want you to know that we have to charge per research hour. They wanted to charge me for research hours.
And this is a couple keystrokes on this program,
right.
And then you save it to PDF format, and they do, for some reason didn't send it to you in PDF format.
For those of you who, and certainly anybody who wants to know anything in the government around here, if you would like our help, we'll be more than happy to get involved. Actually enjoy getting involved. But what they're doing happens so much.
Yeah.
That it's actually defined in the law that it says when you keep making steps that you have to climb, this is considered it is considered purposely slowing down your.
And we have an email record of that now.
And just so we're clear on this, the Escambia County or the Emerald Coast Utilities Authority, they have to follow the Sunshine Law. It is your tax dollars, the ratepayers, the bonds that they put out. That's all. It's wide open. There's no question here, and I hope they do the right thing. But I'll tell you, and folks, Deborah and I, we've already discussed it, because they have not been forthcoming with this.
Makes you wonder.
But my little ticker says we need to go on over there and just go through all their files while we're at it.
Yeah, well, I'm always curious about contracting files.
Right.
Because that's usually where the money slips down the toilet so easily, and the most easily.
Yeah. So we're gonna look into this because and we have focused on utilities and franchisees before, and this is a big one that affects friends and folks that we know, and hey, Emerald Coast Utilities Authority, do the right thing. As of this morning, you got your official email from Deborah Nelson of Santa Rosa Week TV. You've got 9 days. I wish you the best of luck. Because at the end of 9 more days, we are going to take action.
I'm looking forward to my results. I'm curious now.
So let's get on another topic. Just when you thought you were done with Team Santa Rosa, they have to have open meetings. They have to have open records.
Yeah.
And our goal and all of that, folks, was to make sure that they would follow the law. And just to remind you, Cindy Anderson is an employee who works for 5 county commissioners, but ultimately she works for all of us because we pay her entire salary, her travel expenses, her health insurance, her dental insurance, her salary, and her retirement, and her life insurance. To the tune of about $138,000 a year.
Although, see, they filter it because they say, "Oh, Team Santa Rosa is separate." But we know now it's definitively been stated that they do step in the shoes of government.
Right.
So that link is not as tenuous as they
and
think.
But the issue is, I'm reading the Pensacola News Journal, and I'm reading where Cindy Anderson is going to be in charge of promoting Florida's Great Northwest. And she's going to work on this and work on that. Well, all I can say is Cindy Anderson works for Santa Rosa County. And I don't care if it's an unpaid job. Cindy Anderson, let's show a little respect to the people in the county who work for the county that make $20,000 a year. They all work 40 hours a week for the county. It's not right for Cindy Anderson. I mean, this would be like, Avis Whitfield is real good at building roads. I'm real impressed with his organization. Would we let him go to work for Rhodes Inc. or Panhandle Graving?
Well, he'd be allowed to go sit on a board of X organization if he wanted to. But what concerns me about it is that we're seeing sort of the knowledge base at Team Santa Rosa. We're seeing it shift over to Florida's Great Northwest, where there is still a sunshine law problem. And I think what you're going to see is a shuffling of the activities that we were keeping an eye on at Team. Right. We're going to see that shuffled and shunted over to Florida's Great Northwest.
You know,
and at some point they are going to provide records. It's just a matter of how long and how many court cases it takes for them to do it. They are going to provide open records.
You know,
at some point.
When you said knowledge base,
yeah,
I kind of threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Well,
the brain trust,
yeah, right? Well, there's an institutional understanding as to how how you operate a nonprofit in association with the government and funnel government activities through it without.
And let me say this, and folks, before I say it, I'll be happy to show any of you my reasons in writing, but as far as I'm concerned, they can back up a truck to the front door of Team Santa Rosa, and everybody that's in that building can get on it, and they can move on to Okaloosa County. I would be more than happy, and I have actually already volunteered. I have volunteered free of charge to Santa Rosa County. I will repaint the front of that building, cover up Team Santa Rosa because it is a horrible brand. Yeah. It is things that most of our citizens look at with great disrespect. But I have volunteered for free to paint over that, help get everybody out of that office, and let's actually put somebody into economic development that'll do a good job for it.
And I think that's what amazes me is you have an organization that, I mean, I'm sorry, where are the jobs?
Where are the jobs?
What's the success level?
Folks, 2001, we're going to wear you out. We've got a governor who says,
yeah,
where are the jobs?
Right.
Deborah and I, we're going to say the same thing. Look, I don't want to see your PowerPoint presentation. I don't want to see your glossy slideshow. I don't want to see your beautiful leathered satchel that you tote around with you. I'm not impressed with all that. What I need to see on is a piece of paper that says how many jobs have showed up. I don't want to hear about projected jobs. I don't want to hear about, I think, what we're going to do 2 years from now. I want to see what you've done. Now, we know what the answer is.
Yeah.
They've done nothing.
Well, they've been very good at taking government dollars and turning it into salaries and benefits and car allowances and cell phones and things like that.
But look, folks, you can see how angry she is. 2011 is going to be a good year, and I look forward to government in the sunshine. I'm Jerry Cook.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.